Hi everyone, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new speed build video. And in today's video, we are going to be building a penthouse for the first time in San Myshuno, and I'm not so sure which lot is it on, but it is called Fountain View Penthouse, I believe. And it is, there are basically two penthouse lots on in San Myshuno, but this is one of them, which is the smaller lot. The other lot is quite big and luxurious, and you have to have a certain amount of money for your family of Sims to move in there and to build there. So this one is the cheaper option, but I thought that it would be a different and fun theme for today, because it is a penthouse that belongs to a plant mom. So it is called a plant mom's penthouse type of build. And I really hope that you guys will like this build, even though it is very, very basic looking in terms of the modern style. But I really suck. Honestly, I really suck at modern style building, and I thought that I would want to try it for today's video, because I actually, this building a penthouse on a big lot is like very challenging to me. So I wanted to take that challenge and also build a plant mom's penthouse. And the style, of course, is modern, like I said, but the style and the structure is pretty simple, and you can easily find it on Pinterest for photos that look like this structure. So I thought that it would be easiest for me to do. So I wanted to build kind of like an industrial themed modern build for a penthouse, but I saw that a lot of people have done that already. Even though it is a very nice idea to build a industrial type of penthouse, I thought that, kind of making it a different style. And by the way, this style that we are building is going to be sort of a modern boho style. So there are a lot of like natural wood tones and also just plants everywhere, since it belongs to a plant mom. And I had a ton of fun building this build, and I really like how it turned out. At first, I was kind of skeptic of whether I should continue with this build, because as you can see, the structure that we built so far is pretty basic, and to me it looked too ugly. So in the end, I tried to change around the windows that you see over here with the ones that are from the Island Living pack, and I thought that the ones that have like slots through them, they look much better than the other one, which is from the, I think, what is it, Moschino or Fitness? I'm not so sure, but anyways, as you can see, the structure is pretty much there. For the windows, I used the windows that came with the Island Living pack, and also the big windows that are from the Eco Lifestyle, I believe. I thought that these two type of patterns on the windows look very nice together, because there is some contrast that is going on. And then over here, I was just trying to figure out how to decorate this space and also how to place things around. So I wanted to put this like structure from the Get Together pack. It is an L-shaped 90-degree structure, and I'm not so sure what it's for in terms of the description, but I thought that it looked kind of like columns, so I decided to include them in this build to make it look more modern. And instead of using columns, I used those L-shaped columns, which look nicer in my opinion. Throughout this build, I struggled a little bit with the structure and also where to place things, but in the end, the build came together pretty well from the inside and out. So I really hope that you guys will like this build. And for your information, this build contains 2 big bedrooms, and you can easily fit up to 5 Sims, because there are 2 double beds and 1 single bed. And I believe I was picturing it was for a family of 5 Sims, or maybe 4. And they basically consist of a couple of parents and their 2 or 3 girls. So it is quite a small family for a big house, but in the end, everything fits perfectly, because the number of beds are consistent with the number of Sims that I had pictured in mind. And then this house also has 2 balconies basically for the plant mom to do her gardening activities. As you can see, there is one on top of the ground floor, which is on the second floor, which is on the right side of this video, and the other one is on the left side of this video. And I intentionally, I how do you say it? I was aiming for that. Basically, there are two sections I was aiming for, and I'm really happy with how this build turned out because it suited what I wanted and what I wanted to build, and also how I pictured it in mind. So I'm really happy about that. Other than that, there isn't much on the exterior. The exterior, as you can see, is just heavily decorated with a lot of green bushes that are from the Jungle Adventure Pack, which are hanging from the walls of the balconies and stuff like that. So it also has a small pool in the middle, and also a lot of space for some outdoor activities on the rooftop, such as tanning, gardening, and barbecuing and stuff like that. And I'm really happy with how I place things around in this house, also because I didn't think that was achievable, because the layout, first of all, the layout that I tried to work with is not accurately rectangular. It consists of like angles and stuff like that. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really happy with how it turned out and how I decorated it. And then I pictured that since the plant mom is very into plants, there are a lot of like plants on the exterior and also the interior. So forgive me if the exterior looks overloaded with plants, but I really like the look of it because it kind of has this like jungle type of vibe going on, but at the same time it looks like it's well blended together. But if you guys have any opinions on this house, please let me know in the comments. I think the house is already up in the gallery by the time this video is up, because I'm actually headed to my parents' home. So I will be uploading this build earlier than this video, so it's up there somewhere. You can search for my ID under in the gallery, which is simmerkhai, spelled SIMMERKHAI. And also you can check out my previous builds that I've done, and also my other builds if you want to. And also one of my first few builds, I think, is on the gallery, so you can just scroll down through and look at what you think looks nice. But anyways, we are also decorating the exterior gardening area, which includes these awnings from the Get Together pack, which I mentioned that there are two sections for gardening for the plant mom, and it is pretty basically decorated. And also I included the same things for each of them, because I ran out of ideas for how to decorate the gardening space. But I also added that archway from the cottage living pack so that it looks more gardeny and also looks more green. And I really like the look of it because it looks very, very nice. Although I think it would have been better if I removed the ones that are covering the doorway. But that's about it for the exterior, and we are moving on to the interior right now, in which we are starting off with the living room, which is a pretty spacious living room. Actually, all of the spaces in this house are very spacious, so there is a lot of space for your Sims to roam around. However, I did not playtest this build, but I'm pretty sure that everything is accessible, because as you can see, the space is very, very big, and we are just decorating a small area of it. And for the living room, I thought that it would be nice to put in some boho looking couches that are from the movie stuff pack, I believe, and also just decorated it with a lot of wood tones and also a lot of jungle-y vibes in terms of the pattern and stuff. And I think the living room is one of my favorite parts of this house. The other favorite part would be the dining room or kitchen area, and I really like that because you will see that after this. But anyways, that is it for the living room. I think that's basically it. I just decorated it with the same type of energy going on with some greens and all, because it is for a plant mom and her family. But that's about it. I think for this build for the living room, it is a pretty uh simple decoration, I would say. But for the other rooms as well, I try to go cohesive with the theme, which is a bohemian and also a plant mom's penthouse. So it is quite a long video, about 17 minutes long, and it takes some time for me to furnish each section because of the big spaces that you see. But over here is going to be the lounge area. It is just basically consisting of a couple of couches and also armchairs and also a big fireplace for the plant mom and her family to basically lounge around. And I think that is the only like most empty space for this house. But there is also this hallway over here which I just decorated it with a vintage radio, or what is that called, a jukebox or a record player thing, which is from the Get Famous pack, and I really like it because it looks very nice with the wood tones. I'm sorry, I can't speak properly. But anyways, over here is going to be the kitchen, or I mean dining room, which is connected to the kitchen and also the lounge area just now. I chose it to be in the middle of everything because it has a big and nice space to fit in a long table. So yeah, that is why I chose this space to be a dining room. But the lift of the penthouse is located near the dining room where the lounge area was, so it is a pretty accessible area if you ask me. And then over here, we're moving on to the kitchen, which is a pretty white and wood tony type of color scheme going on here. I initially wanted to include two sides of the kitchen, in which both are like kitchen, but I just removed the one side of the kitchen and turned it into a smaller dining space because, you know, there was a lot of space for the other kitchen, so everything fits perfectly fine. And I really like this dining room as well because it is a pretty area, and I really like the mural that came from the Blooming Rooms kit, so I decided to include it in that space. And then for this kitchen over here is just simply decorated with the cabinets from the Jungle Adventure pack. I really like the color that I chose, which is a light wood and also like a white countertop. And the kitchen is, I think, very nice, even though it is a like quite empty space, because I wanted to make sure that your Sims can use most of the counters. So I left some counters empty and some counters I just filled up with some gadgets. And looking back at this kitchen, I realized that I missed out the most important thing, which is the sink. I'm so sorry about that, but you can easily squeeze in a sink in the corner if you want to, and I'm really sorry for that because I just noticed it right now. But we are moving on to the second floor of the build, which is a floor that consists of all the bedrooms and all the bathrooms. So basically there are 3 bathrooms in total and 2 bedrooms, and you can easily fit it up to 5 Sims if you want to. And I just pictured that this area over here is a pretty airy area and also has a lot of windows, so it is a big space, but with the windows it makes the space look bigger. And this is where the parents of the family would sleep. Even though it's a big space, I think it is a very doable space, since you can also include a yoga mat if you want to, I guess, and also some other activities like a treadmill or something. But I just minimally decorate it because I wanted to, make sure that the vibe of the plant mom theme is going on in the bedroom as well, other than the common spaces such as the living room and stuff like that. But over here is going to be the bedroom that is shared between the siblings, which can fit up to 3 people in this bed, and in this bedroom, and it is belonging to maybe a couple of preteens or like teenagers. So they have to share a bedroom together, unless if you want to like demolish the floor plan and make your own floor plan, that's okay too. You can easily also fit maybe 1 extra bedroom if you want to like demolish the floor plan for the second floor and redo it. you are welcome to do so, definitely. But I wanted to make sure also that even though this is a plant themed room, I wanted to make sure that it also looks like it belongs to kids. So I decided to also include some lamps that are from the holiday update, and also some toys for the children that is in that room. But anyways, at first I want to make them share one bathroom, but I decided to split it in half and create 2 bathrooms instead, since it is the simplest way and also a simple layout. If I were to decorate a long rectangle, I think that would take some time, because a long rectangle is very time consuming to furnish. But anyways, that is the end of the video. I really hope that you guys will like this build. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'm sorry for any stuttering or anything like that. It's just I'm very full and I just finished eating. But other than that, I really hope that you guys have a nice day wherever you are, and I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!